Good afternoon. It is Tuesday afternoon. It's just a minute or two before 4 o'clock, so I'm just getting the last of it set up and want to get myself set up with, with the live, get my live going, and I'll find myself on my computer. I have to remember to look to my right now because I've changed things up a bit. Oh, there I am. I've changed things up a bit, and now I'm off. I have my laptop to my right rather than my left. I'm commenting as Jenny. I need to go back and exit out. I didn't go to, there's my problem. Oh my goodness. All right, now I'm going, there we go. All set up now. So, hello, Tammy. It's taken me a little bit. Looks like, I thought I had this set up, but it's now looking a little, let me move this up a little bit and see if that helps. I rearranged my desk a little bit so that I would be able to do, oh wait a minute, I gotta remember I'm on delay. I'm all good. All right, so, okay, there we go. So it is Teach It Tuesday with Tammy and Jenny. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I'm excited. We are playing with Round We Go bundle. And Tammy showed you some awesome things to do with this bundle, including using the dies. But I pop up this so you don't get quite as much of a glare. I am going to show you what to do if you have this stamp set, but you don't have the dies, and it didn't help the glitter, but that's okay. We're not going to be looking at this cover very much longer. So anyway, my name is Jenny Fetz, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Stamping Up demonstrator from the East Contra Costa County. And good afternoon, Karen. Hello, welcome. Just getting started. I'm from East Contra Costa County, which is out sort of where I'm halfway between San Francisco and Sacramento, over by the Delta, which means we get a nice breeze in occasionally, but not always. Actually, we get breezes quite often, but they're not always nice because they're pretty strong. So anyway, let me show you what we're going to do. We're going to make this, and this is going to be a twofer for you guys, a twofer. I'm going to show you what you can do with the Round We Go stamp set, which is the stamp set Tammy and I were showcasing today. But I'm also going to share with you a technique that I learned from my friend Patty. And I'm actually on my blog tomorrow, not only going to link to Tammy, like we always do every Wednesday, but I am going to link you to Patty's live that she did. She talked about doing this, what they call the four corner, and you'll see why we're doing that in just a minute, why we call it that in just a minute. So this is the card we're going to do. I'm using my favorite in color, Summer Splash, and the funny thing is Tammy used the same color this morning. But I'm using Summer Splash, Misty Moonlight, and Fresh Freesia. And this was a color combo I found on Pinterest, and I saved it to my Stampin' Up! Board, card making board, so that I'd have color combinations I wanted to look at. But the funny thing is it's a really old combination, and they had it as Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia, and I think it was Just Jade. And that's not one of our colors anymore, and it wasn't a color, I have never seen that color. It retired before I became a demonstrator. So I looked and I thought Summer Splash looks like it's the closest to Just Jade, and I love this color combination. So let's go ahead and get started. And what we're going to do is we're going to, this card, actually I did it as a standard open card, but what I've decided to do this time for you guys this afternoon is I'm actually going to make it a top opening card. So where's my golden folder? There it is. So this piece is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, and it's scored at 5 1/2. We're going to go ahead and bend it down and burnish it. And then we have our first layer and that is Summer Splash, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to go ahead and we'll attach these in a little bit. I'm going to set them off to the side so that I can show you a little bit about this 4-corner. Now, here's the exciting thing. You can do this a couple different ways, and Patty's video will explain it all. You can do it where you have this the layer and then you have the white cardstock, or you can do it where you go just the white cardstock is the only layer you have. I'm doing it where I'm going to have the layer of Summer Splash and then I'm going to have the white cardstock. And so this one, what we're going to do is we're going to have our white cardstock is going to be 7.5 by 10. And it's easy to cut this, and it's better to actually cut it, I learned from Patty, before you do your stamping, because that way you can make sure it's centered and everything, because we're going to make a cross, sort of a plus sign or cross in the middle with our stamps, and then we're going to cut it into fourths, and that's where we come up. And this is what's really cool about this, is the 4-corner, is that you can come up with 4 cards with this real quick, real easily. So I'm going to go ahead, and the other thing I learned from Patty, and it makes complete sense, is you start with your largest stamp. So we're going to go with the Starburst that's got the rounded edges and your darkest color. So I'm going to start with Misty Moonlight. All right. I hope everybody's having a good day out there, good Tuesday. And let's go ahead and stamp this up, ink it up. And I'm going to just go ahead and go off the page a little bit, but we're going to create, and I'm not going to create a perfectly linear plus sign. It's going to go off a little bit, sort of angle it here and there, and then we're going to go ahead and here, and it might overlap a little bit, not a big deal. All right, and let's do one up here. And then we're going to go off to the side. All right, let's see. Let me see if I'm catching. All right, perfect. I want to make sure I don't miss any comments. And then I'm going to go right about here. And that one is coming right off. So we're going to, or it goes right off the edge. So we only need to do one there, but might do one here and then do another small piece of that right there. Perfect. All right, so we're going to set this off to the side. And now we're going to go with Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to close this, but not too tightly, because if I don't close it, I'll get my fingers in it. But I'm not going to close it completely, because I'm going to bring it back and use it for a couple more things. Now we're going to use Fresh Freesia, and I'm going to use the smaller Starburst that has the pointed edges, and we're going to sort of mix that in a little bit here and overlap. And we'll put them here. We'll do a cross. It's fun overlapping them a little bit. All right. And we'll do one more up here. And you know what? I might throw a little bit of an edge of the Fresh Freesia right down there. All right. Again, set that one offside. Now here's what we're going to do. We're going to, before I put my Summer Splash on there, I'm going to use the stamp set. If you notice, it has the medium, the smaller Starburst, and the larger one with the rounded corners and the pointed corners. But there's these 2 dots also, and they fit perfectly inside here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the larger dot, and I'm going to do it in Fresh Freesia. So I'm going to do the opposite of the color that the Starburst is in. All right, so we're going to go here, and I'm going to have to move this down a little bit, because if I try and lean over to get this centered so they're not all wonky, I'll probably put my head in the video, and I don't want to do that. So you know what? I wanted to play with this technique, and who is it? I saw Becky Coyne from Smiling, I think it's Smiling with Becky. She's in her group. She did this and posted it on her Facebook business page, and I'm like, I really need to try that. She goes, well, show me what you've got. And I says, well, you know what? I'm going to kill two birds with one stone, and I'm going to use it with the Round We Go and go from there. And I tell you, I was struggling to know what to do with the stamp set because I don't have the dies. And this just so magically goes with the dies. But yeah, no, this turned out to be great. And so I'm going to put the small Misty Moonlight in the middle. And let's see. They're going to really overlap there, but that's okay. All right. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was going to have to figure out which stamp set I wanted to do with this technique, and this lends itself very well to it. So, all right, so now we're going to set the Misty Moonlight aside a little bit because we're going to use that for our sentiment in just a minute. But first I'm going to take now the little stars, little tiny stars that are right here, and I'm going to use my Summer Splash with that. And we're going to just sort of plop them in different places, overlapping a little bit. I'm not going to do a lot of them. I'll just do a few here, a few there. All right, and we'll do one more right up here. And you know what? I'm going to do one right over here, overlapping a little bit. It looks like one would fit in right there real nicely. All right, so there we go. We've got our smaller ones with our lighter color. You know what I might do next time? I might use these exact same colors, but I think I might switch the Summer Splash and the Fresh Freesia. I bet that would look really, really nice when you have the Summer Splash mixed up with the Misty Moonlight. So I'm going to have to try that next. So, all right, so now here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this in half, or actually in fourths. And because it's 7 1/2, that means our cut is going to be 3 3/4 wide, and 3 3/4 wide. So we'll cut that way, and then we'll go our 10-inch side. We're going to take it and cut it at 5. I'm going to have to bring this down so you can see it. It's like making your own DSP. It is. I like that, Christina. It's like making your own DSP. It's awesome. So we're going to leave that to the side there, and let's do that. I like doing that too. I like taking some of my stamp sets and making my own pattern paper. I've done it with Garden Meadows. I used the boots and the trowel and the little fork digger and the watering can to create my own DSP. So now if you look at this, you have to put it together. It's like putting together a puzzle, but you can see where we cut it into fourths, but there's our paper that we just did. And now we're going to take one of these. I'm not sure which one I want yet, so let me see. I'm going to put this here. Here's our card base. And we can either do it this way, or we can do it this way, or we can do it this way. And I like that one. Or we can even do it this way. I don't know about you guys, but I'm thinking I like this one. Do you like this one? Or do you like this one? Do you want the white in the lower corner or the white in the upper corner? I'm curious to know which one you like. So, I'm not sure which one. We might just cut another piece of Summer Splash real quickly and make them both. So while we're waiting for that, we're going to go ahead and attach our Summer Splash to our Fresh Freesia. We're going to center this. All right. And white in the lower, do all 4. You know what? What I can do is I can finish up all 4 and I'll post it another day when I want to do 4 corners on my blog. White in the lower corner. Okay, I see white in the lower. Patty says white in the lower. Perfect. Hey, Patty, welcome. So we'll go ahead and do that. So now I'm going to put my sentiment that says hip hip hooray, time to celebrate. We're going to put it down there on the bottom. I'm going to use Misty Moonlight. Actually, I might go with, you know what, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Because I've got so much Misty Moonlight here, I'm going to go ahead and go with Summer Splash. So let's go ahead and do Summer Splash as our sentiment. And what I did as a tip, if you want, is I'm using 2 sentiments, but what I did is I took them off and I laid them down on my paper. And then what I did is I put them in a position where I wanted the spacing to be what I wanted to, and then I went ahead and put my block on there so that I could get the exact spacing I wanted for my card. So we're going to go ahead and now we're going to attach this. Ran out. Let's grab this. Always keep a second one handy in case you run out. So, all right, let's put this in the center. All right. I'm going to tell you something. This was bothering me. This folded a little funny, the card base did, so I'm fixing it right now. All right, that looks better. All right, so now what we're going to do is I'm going to use our shimmering gems, colored gems, and I'm going to use, believe it or not, I don't have fresh freesia gems like this, but the Petunia Pop ones are light enough on this that they actually look like the fresh freesia. So we're going to go ahead and use our Petunia Pop, and I might even throw a Summer Splash in there. So let's use a couple of our, we don't have as much space like that. All right. And you know what, let's do one more. Let's do a Summer Splash in here. Now we're going to do, not like that, too much Summer Splash. We're going to do another Petunia Pop. We're going to do it right up there. All right. So there is that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do the inside of the card is a standard 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to put that right inside here. So what we're going to do is we're going to use Happy Birthday from this stamp set, and I'm going to go ahead and do it in Misty Moonlight. Thank you. I'm glad you like the color combo. Make sure I don't have enough ink on that one. Let's stamp it again. It was missing some ink at the bottom. All right, we're going to put that right up here. There we go. And then I'm going to use, excuse me, the little stars, and I'm going to use all 3 colors in the corner. So first we'll grab our Summer Splash and do that there. And then I'm going to clean it off and use a little bit of Misty Moonlight. Pinterest has some great color combination suggestions. I love going to Pinterest for my color. I'm just going to overlap them a little bit so you get the colors intermingling. And there's still enough space for somebody to leave a sentiment. And then we'll do a little fresh freesia right there. All right, so there is the inside of our card. Let's go ahead and put this together. And it looks like we have time, so you know what? I might just put another card together, but maybe what I'll do, oh, there we go. And there is our Round We Go birthday card. And I think we're going to use another corner, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Summer Splash as my, actually no, I'm going to go Misty Moonlight with Fresh Freesia as my my layers. So give me just a quick moment. We got Misty Moonlight. Cut this. Now let's go. We're going to go rogue because we're going to make a second card with our four corners. And this one's going to be a standard. So let's go ahead. Tip I learned is when you're doing your card bases, you can always score the entire sheet, and then that way you only have to score once rather than score once and cut once. So we're going to score at 4 1/4, and then we're going to flip it on its side and cut it at 5 1/2, and now I've got 2 card bases ready, both already scored. So we're going to do Misty Moonlight. And here's the fun thing with this four corner, what you can do as well is, I've rearranged my desk and now I'm trying to find the places to put it, is, let's get Fresh Freesia out, is what you can do is you can actually, there's no specific direction on the four corner on the paper that you print or you stamped. So you can actually turn it and make it a card that is, I guess, vertical but opens up. So we're gonna do that. So let's go ahead and cut our Fresh Freesia, and that's 4 by 5 1/4. Let's cut that off. We're gonna put this card together real quick, and ooh, this is gonna look pretty. All right, let's go ahead and put this on there. All right, and we've got, oh, that's gonna look nice. And you know what we could do? We could do it this way, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stamp the happy birthday sentiment on the outside. So we'll layer that, and in Misty Moonlight, we'll go ahead and stamp happy birthday. We'll put happy birthday on the outside. All right. And we'll take some more of our gems, and this time we can add a little of our Summer Splash gems to it. So let's see, make sure I didn't miss anything. All right. They have Summer Splash right next to Shy Shamrock, so you have to be really careful. We're going to do Summer Splash up here. And no, you know what? I'm going to do Petunia Pop. I'm going to change it up a little bit right there. What do you think? There we go. There is a second card. Look how quickly you're able to make 4 cards very quickly when you use this technique of the 4 corners. So thank you, Patty, for introducing us to the 4 corners technique. I really appreciate it. I'm loving this, and I can't wait to play more with it. I hope you liked our cards. See, what did I do with my other card that I just made? Oh, there it is. So let me know, which card of the 4 corners cards did you like the best? Did you like our Fresh Freesia with the Summer Splash sentiment, or did you like the Misty Moonlight with the Misty Moonlight sentiment? I'd love to know which one you get. It would make a nice gift for 4 cards as a pack. Matter of fact, if you do craft fairs, this is a perfect way to really crank out and get a lot of card packs together. You could do a 4-pack, and they all have the same thing, but they all look a little different, especially if you turn it on its side like this one. So I'd love to know which one you love. You love them both, Tammy. All right. You like this one the best, Karen? Thank you. You know, I have to say, I can't choose. I really, really loved this first one that we did, but I'm such a blues person. I'm a blues gal, and I love the Misty Moonlight with the fresh freesia on this. So I'm going to have to say I agree with Karen. If I had to pick my favorite, it would probably be this one, the second one. So thank you so much for joining me. Remember to check back tomorrow for our blog, and Tammy and I will have that on. Perfect. Where do I have? Like I said, I rearranged my desk, and now I can't find some of my things. But you can find the replay for this on our blog, and my blog is Stampin' with Jen, 2 N's in Stampin' and 2 N's in Jen, or Cards by TLC. Both of us have links to each other's blogs, so you can get all the information. You also have links to our YouTube channels, which have the videos if you would like to watch the replay. And I will also include in my blog a link to Patty's video on the 4 corners, so you can get even more tips from her about this technique and see the beautiful cards that she created with that. So anyway, I can't wait for you guys to see those. Thank you so much for joining us. I will be here on Friday for Fun Friday at 4 o'clock Pacific time, and I look forward to seeing you then. Have a great week. See you later. Bye-bye.